will recall the matter.
Do not give her the satisfaction of woeing.
State of Michigan versus Candace Store, 19S36533240, as well as Ypsilanti Township, case number 21W001762.
Stop yelling at me!
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Liba for Ms. Stoyer.
Ms. Stoyer, please state your name.
What is it? State your name.
Candace Store.
Mr. Libo, does your client have hearing aids?
She does not, Your Honor.
I'm beyond hearing aids, the doctor said.
Okay.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
I'm sorry. I know it's annoying.
Mr. Libo, where are we with this matter, please?
Thank you, Your Honor. I did just discuss this with Ms. Stoyer. It seems that she does have one remaining suspension to clear. However, she's having difficulty determining what court that suspension is out of.
All right. Well, the problem is she has a New York license, so this court doesn't have access to be able to tell her any information about that. She does not have a Michigan license. Mr. Libo?
I was thinking, Your Honor. Your Honor, I suppose, Your Honor, I would ask for one final adjournment and I would ask Ms. Stoyer that she needs to contact the New York Department of whatever agency in New York would be aware of this.
Ms. Stoyer, can you hear that?
You need to contact New York.
I contacted New York via email because of my ears. I paid whatever suspension. I went to Secretary of State here in Michigan to get my license, and they said I still had a suspension in New York, and that's what I'm trying to find out about, and that's why I need more time, please. And thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. I will adjourn this matter to August 20th at 9 a.m.
August 20th at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
New York is the worst.
What'd she say?
It's the worst.
New York.
Oh.
You're welcome.
I've never been, Your Honor.
Welcome back to Time Serve, the channel that scans the docket so you don't have to. And Boyd, oh Boyd, Mr. Moody is full of excuses. It may be me, but yes, I feel sorry for people who are down and out. But when you're 30 years old, you need to buck up and do what you need to do. And then when we get to part 2, I completely don't feel sorry for him whatsoever. And I think Judge Boyd will feel the same way. Crime is not the answer, bruh. Check out this crybaby trying to pull on Judge Washington's heartstrings right here. Like and subscribe, set your notifications to all. Let's roll, nerds.
Who's here on Andre Moody? All right. Hello.
How you doing?
How are you doing?
Fine.
Well, it doesn't seem like you're doing well because you're before me.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're not before me because you've been successful. And you're not before me because you have questions. You're before me because I have questions and probation has questions. All right. Let me ask you this. If you're revoked on this, how much time could you do in prison? No. Everybody will say, I can't do any time in prison. You know, somebody would tell this story for us this is when I first started out. They said the judge asked the defendant, so how much time could you do in prison? Just let me know. And you know what they said? The defendant told him, oh, I can do 2 days. And you know what the judge told him? You know what? You just look at every time as 2 days increments. And you know what that judge did? Sent that person to prison for 30 years. So on this case, how much time could I send you to prison for?
How much you can?
Yeah.
10 years?
10 years?
Wow.
Do you want to go to prison?
No, ma'am.
Do you want to go to prison because you are not doing what you're supposed to do?
Right.
And people, well, you're acting as though you do, because people are working with you, and it says your counselor contacted you and said you missed your group session.
Ma'am.
And then the counselor said, look, I will let you make up those sessions. And your answer to this counselor, knowing you could go to prison for 10 years, was, I don't think I can do that. So do you think you can do 10 years in prison?
No, ma'am.
Then why are you acting like you can?
I live in Universal City, ma'am, and recently I've been just struggling. You know, I've lost my job because of transportation, getting back and forth. There's no public transportation in Universal City. Mr. Sheridan is a wonderful counselor. You know, I did go set up that meeting with him again because he helps me a lot. You know, I just wasn't able to. I'm not able to move, like get to places, you know. So
Who do you know in Universal City?
I have a roommate. I don't have no family out here. All my family has passed away. I'm from California, you know, so I don't really have people here. You know, I don't have any help. I've been paying $400 every 2 weeks at where I'm staying just to live there, you know, and then I've been catching Uber and Lyft back and forth to work to get there. And then that's a lot of money, you know, I don't have it, you know, and then I've been trying to do it. I could get to places, you know, like today I walked from Universal City to Converse to catch the bus to get here today. But I don't have like funds. Like I'm just getting backed up and on everything, and everything is kind of like coming at me at one time. And I don't know. I don't have no help. You know, I don't have nothing.
How old are you?
30, about to be 31 next month.
You'll be asked to step
I'll be-
outside.
I'll be
Just 1
31.
second. I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is talking to the inmates like this is visitation? Who is it? Deputy Lord, who was it?
It's that baby with the dark hair.
Excuse me. Hi, miss. I'm gonna need you to step outside the courtroom. All right.
I'll be 30.
Yes.
I'll be 31 next month.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be 31.
All right. So you're gonna have to sit down with somebody. And by somebody, I mean probation will help you. You're going to have to get employment and figure out a budget.
I do. I have income tax. I was working all last year. I have income tax coming February 26th. That's going.
Well, I hope you didn't have somebody do your income tax where they take
No,
a
ma'am.
major percentage of it and then,
I don't know. I just filed. You know, I file with her every year. You know, I work every year. Yes, ma'am. And
all right. So he's saying he lives in Universal City. Are we aware of him living in Universal City? Did you let them know you lived in Universal City?
No.
So, state, this appears to be his issue. He doesn't have any transportation.
I was able to obtain my license. I've been working on that. I did get a car, but the next day it had a blown head gasket, so I lost it and I lost my money. So that kind of set me back as well, you know. And I've been trying to get a car like the right way, because that's why I really got my license and did that, because I didn't want to get another car that was going to go bad on me. So I got my license and trying to do it.
All right. And they
way.
say you worked full time at Hooters, or you did. What do you do at Hooters?
Cook.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Ms. Abrams,
Yes, Judge.
they're asking for him to restart IOP.
Yes, Judge. That is the recommendation. And additionally, for them to restart IOP, I do want to ensure that he is enrolled in his VIP course at least by the either end of the month or, mid-March.
Okay.
Ma'am, I tried to enroll into the VIP class online, due to my transportation issues, but it was $195 to enroll. I didn't have the money. You know, I enrolled in Mr. Sheldon's class.
All right. And see, here's the thing. I understand how finances are hitting you, right?
That's right.
But you know why these financial issues are hitting you and you got to still just deal with it? Because these are consequences for your offense.
That's right.
So if you would not have committed this offense, guess what?
I wouldn't be in this
You wouldn't be
situation.
here. Ms. Abrams, with regards to enrollment in BIP, he says he's getting his income tax. So we can give him till March 28th to enroll in BIP. You drug tested today. What are the results going to be?
Did any drugs.
All right. So we're going to drug test him today.
Your Honor, I would like to point out that his last drug test was positive for marijuana back in December. So we can see if that's out of the system by now.
Okay. All right. So you're going to get drug tested today
Wow.
and we're going to see what the results are. And if the results are positive, we're going to have another conversation. But for now, he's to enroll in the BIP on March 28th and he's to restart IOP. So you're still telling me it's going to be negative?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anything else, Ms. Abrams?
No, Judge.
All right, just sit there. Do you need any water or anything?
Yes, please.
All right, just have a seat.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
We need to sign up. Just be. Okay.
Mr. Moody, come forward. So we're not on the record. When's the last time you used marijuana?
I haven't used it since December.
No, I mean, unless something is wrong with the laws of
Right.
physics and the time continuum has changed, you should not be positive for marijuana if the last time you used is in December. So let me just tell you something right now. You're on probation out of this court. If you want to continue to use marijuana, you're an adult, that's up to you. But using marijuana while you're on probation is not allowed. It's against your conditions of probation. And guess what? You may or may not end up going to prison for 10 years. And when people ask you why you're at the prison for 10 years, you can tell them because you wanted to use marijuana. And I'm sure at the prison, there's a way that people can make their marijuana. I know there's a way that people can make their alcohol if they so choose to imbibe, but you will be at the prison. And guess what? At the prison, you don't have to worry about catching but one bus. And you know what that bus is? The bus from the jail to the prison. So I am not going to tolerate any more excuses from you, because if you can find time to do marijuana, you can find time to get to Universal City. I don't want to hear this nonsense about I had to walk from Universal City to Converse, because guess what? Those are consequences from being on probation. You need to get a job, and in your job, you need to include reporting to probation and doing your treatment. You should have been done with treatment, but no, you're missing classes. Any other place, guess what they would have done? Maybe issued a warrant for your arrest instead of having this conversation, and you'll be taken into custody and you will be brought out wearing orange or red, whichever category they put you in. Do you understand? And if the roommate you're living with is allowing you to use marijuana where you all live, then that's not a good roommate. But I am not going to tolerate any more nonsense with you not following through on what you need to do. This is the last conversation we're going to have, the last compliance we're going to have. If I get another report and everything is in order, I'm going to sign it. And when I sign it, it's going to be for a motion to revoke. You will have to make bond. If you don't make bond, you'll be brought over and we will hear the allegations. Either they're going to be true or not true. And if they're true, you're looking at potentially 10 years in prison. So it's up to you to make the decision of whether or not marijuana is worth 10 years of your life, potentially, or 1 year, or 5 days. You understand? So do not come back here before trying to get tea and sympathy for me. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. And probation on Mr. Moody, if you can make sure that he's tested for levels. And we have Veterans Treatment Court.
Yes,
Here, which case is that?